welcome back to my channel. My name is Bianca. I'm the owner of Divine Talent Connection. I'm a business coach and a human resources consultant. So today I'm going to get right into it. In this video, I want to talk about your mindset. By the time you leave this video, you're going to walk away with 3 tips that you can apply to your daily life that are going to have a positive impact on your business and your personal life. So let's get right into it. What exactly is mindset? So your mindset refers to the way that you view and think about yourself and the world around you. So it's your internal and external beliefs. Now, this has to do with your attitudes, your values, and the way that you look at things. So what is your perspective on things? We often hear people talk about the glass being half full or half empty. What type of views do you have? What type of mindset do you have? Do you have a fixed mindset where you're pretty much negative, and then you always think in a limited mindset, or you're thinking from your lower self? It's usually that negative voice in your head that's telling you all the bad things. Or do you have a growth mindset? So you're thinking more positively. You're thinking with your higher self, and it's going to be that perspective of you can do anything. You're abundant. These things are your birthright. So those are the 2 different types of mindsets that you may have. Honestly, for a long, long time, I struggled and I dealt with having a fixed mindset. So I was always coming from a space of lack mentality. I had a lot of childhood trauma, and a lot of these beliefs and values and attitudes that we take on are not our own. They're generational. They come from our parents and our parents' parents and our parents' parents' parents. So a lot of these things that we're carrying around with us, they're not ours to carry in the first place. So I just want to remind you of that and make sure that you take the time to reflect and really think to yourself, okay, are these my thoughts or are these negative thoughts that don't even belong to me? So the next thing I want you to think about is a lot of those negative thoughts are very limited. So again, that's not going to be you being willing to grow. You're not going to be willing to take risks. You're not going to have that faith. You're going to be walking in fear, and you're not going to be opening yourself up to new opportunities. So I want you to really think about the difference between that fixed mindset and then having the growth mindset, determining which one you fit into. And then we're going to talk about ways that you can go from having that limited fixed beliefs to that higher self and that growth mindset. Now, one of the things that I want to also get you thinking about is really thinking about your current daily routine. What are things that you do? What type of things are you thinking when you wake up first thing in the morning? Because that's going to have a huge impact on your day. I'm going to share with you some things that I have implemented into my daily life that have made a huge, huge impact on my daily success, on my quality of life, just as I go day to day in terms of the way things are now compared to how they were years ago or even a couple months ago. I'm constantly seeking to learn and grow, and so I'm always thinking about new strategies and reading books and investing in mentors so that I can learn new things and see what other people are doing and really figure out what works for me. It's really important to have a strong network around you that's going to be positive and encouraging and help you with those strategies and the areas that you may be a little bit weaker in so that you can improve and become stronger in those areas. I always say, and I'm sure we all say this, our tribe and our network is truly our net worth. They're the people that are going to help you lift you up and empower you and encourage you and inspire you to be greater than you already are. So let's get into those top 3 tips. So one of the first things that I have found to be really helpful is to plan out my day. I'm kind of someone that is very spontaneous sometimes. And so I haven't always loved to plan out my day, but it does help me to really create that structure and that routine and then create those habits, those positive habits that are going to make an impact on my mindset and how I go through my day and how I ultimately achieve success in the life that I'm trying to create, right? So one of the first things I do when I get up in the morning is I will read my devotional, and I actually have it here. I'm going to show you guys. So this is called Unshakable. It's an incredible devotional by Christine Kane. I absolutely love it. And so I start my day off with prayer time and then my devotional, because I have been someone that would typically wake up in the morning and have more negative thoughts. I try to be really intentional about waking up, and the first thing in the morning, I'm filling my mind with these positive thoughts and reframing and reshifting my mindset. So I'll also program Alexa to turn on and say some positive things to me, and we'll go through some affirmations together, and that has been really awesome. So that the minute I wake up, what if it's 9 o'clock, at 9:02 I'll have her come on and start speaking positive things to me. I also have a wall in my bedroom that I have a list of affirmations, and so I'll go down that list and I'll read those affirmations. And the goal is that after I've created that routine and consistency, then it's going to get to the point where they're just reprogrammed into my mind and I'm actually starting to believe these things. So that's the first thing I do. The next thing I do that I highly recommend is journaling. So doesn't matter what type of journal you have. I have several. This is the one that I have been using lately. I believe we got this at Target, and it's amazing. It has some checklists here, and then I'm able to fill in the blanks. So I highly recommend journaling. Specifically, you want to journal on gratitude. Focus on gratitude. Anything that you think in the morning and throughout your day, you want it to be positive. So we're going to try to focus on waking up in the morning and thinking about what we're grateful for, because we know with the law of attraction, what you put out into the world is what's going to come back to you. So we want to put out lots of gratitude and positivity so that that's what we get back in return. So I'm really big on gratitude and affirmations now, because sometimes I have the habit of thinking negatively and thinking about what I didn't have, and that anxiety and that depression would try to creep in. But we don't want to focus on anything that's not right here in the moment. And I'll get into that a little bit more in just a second. So we're going to go through those awesome journals. I also have another journal that I wanted to share with you, which is the Manifesting Dreams. And this is an intention setting work guidebook. And so I do that along with my affirmations and my journaling and my gratitude. I like to manifest all throughout the day as well, because again, it's all about creating that desired life. So those are some of the really important tips in terms of how I start my day, how I start my morning and going throughout the day. That's number one, is the journaling. So for number two, I want you to focus on your mindset. I mentioned thinking about, are you either a fixed mindset or are you growth mindset? So you really want to sit down and think about what types of thoughts are you having, and make sure you're doing that through your day. So you want to sit down and maybe do some breath work throughout your day. You want to get really focused and make sure that you're intentional about understanding what types of thoughts are you having, so that you can recenter them if you need to. And then we're also going to get into number 3, which is kind of one of my favorites. It's mindfulness. So how do we apply mindfulness into our day? Number 3 is huge in terms of, I think this is important to go throughout your entire day doing this. So you want to start your day out with some breath work, maybe some meditations. You can do yoga. Mindfulness is the practice of being in the moment. So you want to block out everything else. You want to focus in on that one thing that you're doing. So if you're working, you want to quiet your mind. You want to recenter your thoughts and really focus in on what you're doing. So if you schedule more frequent breaks, whether you're going outside and you just want to do some grounding, get in touch and do some breathing, or step your feet into the grass, whatever that means for you. You want to be really intentional about having that mindfulness throughout your day and just quieting your thoughts and taking time to do those deep breaths in and out, so that you have less anxiety, you have less stress throughout your day, you're more balanced. That is going to be a key, something that I do all throughout the day. So I'm trying to make sure that I always apply that in the morning, throughout my day as I'm working, and then in the evening as well. If you follow these 3 tips, I'm telling you, they are game changers in your life. There are things that have helped me and that I'm still working on. I'm not perfect. I'm still going through this journey myself, which is why I think it's so amazing that I have this community now where we can sit and talk about these things and really focus in on our achievements and celebrate each other's wins. So if you find these tips helpful, please let me know if you have applied any of them, if you've had any experience with them. I would love to hear more about your experience as well. If you want more information, I'm going to drop some links below on how you can contact me, set up a one-to-one session, or if you'd like to join my community and be a part of our group coaching, I would love to have you. Now, as always, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.